Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Hoops channel, and welcome to NCAA Basketball 10. That is right. We are going to be doing a new college basketball series here on the channel. I had done an Oral Roberts dynasty on NCAA March Madness 2005 back in the day, a couple years ago. And now, I think that might have been on my main channel. Or was that on this channel? I don't remember. Whatever. I've done one before on NCAA March Madness 2005. But since we are coming to the biggest, most important time of college basketball, the time when the most exciting stuff happens in college basketball, obviously March Madness and all that kind of stuff. We're done with college football. We're done with all football except for the Super Bowl. As I'm recording this, the Super Bowl hasn't happened yet. So football's kind of on the back burner. Baseball is just starting to get going. Pitchers and catchers getting ready to show up to spring training. So that hasn't happened fully yet as of recording this either. So we're just kind of in the midst of basketball. We got NBA basketball. Obviously, we're doing 2K stuff right now with the Philadelphia 76ers series. And then I want to do something with college basketball. Unfortunately, there's not a modern college basketball game that has been made. This right here is the most modern college basketball game. Now, I know that there are mods on different college basketball games. I think 2K8 has a mod. There's a bunch of mods that bring in like modern rosters and modern graphics and stuff. This is just the base game. This is the original game on the PS3 with the full rosters ready to go. Like every team is named. I know there's a lot of college basketball teams out there. Every college team is named. I don't know how many players are named, but every player is named. And it is the 2009-2010 basketball season. So there's no Kyrie Irving on Duke. It's the year before that. So I wanted to go through and do a college basketball series again. I wanted to give it another shot because that March Madness series that I did with Oral Roberts, it didn't really go out the way that I wanted it to go. So I wanted to come back and try again, this time with a different game and one of my more personal favorite games. I enjoy March Madness 2005. It may be my favorite game in college basketball, but I really enjoy EA Sports Basketball, NCAA Basketball 10. It's a great game in my opinion. You might not think the same, but I think it's a great game, and it's the last in the installment. So I wanted to represent that game right here, right now with this series. Now, since we are in the main menu, that means I haven't chosen my team yet. I don't even really know what conference I want to go into. I know that I want to compete with like the Dukes and the Kentuckys and the Georgetowns and the Gonzagas, all those kind of teams. But obviously, we're going to be doing Dynasty mode, and we're going to be doing a new Dynasty. I have the current rosters. We'll show you that in a second. I have current rosters. This guy looks like Thad Matta. Okay, so we are going to be Mr. We're just going to keep the tradition alive. We're going to be just Mr. Juice. Mr. Juice. We're going to be Coach Model. What do we think Mr. Juice looks like in basketball, in the basketball world? Because we've got a whole multiverse going on with different versions of Juice as different coaches in different sports. So what do we think this college basketball version of Juice looks like? Do we think he's a black man? He might be a black man. You never know. I mean, it's a multiverse. There could be any sort of different Juices out there. And you know what? I think Mr. Juice might be a black man in this series. I think he might be this black man. Maybe. What kind of outfit we got? Ooh! It kind of depends on the outfit. Let's go with this man. This is Mr. Juice for the college basketball world. Is he a sweater vest type of guy? Or a sweater type of guy? Like a Jim Tressel. I love he was sweater vest. Or is he a Hawaiian floral shirt type of guy? I don't think he's a suit wearing type of guy. No disrespect to the coaches that wear suits. I just don't think that this version of Mr. Juice is a suit wearing guy. I'm kind of digging the Hawaiian vibes, the floral vibes. Maybe a red. I don't mind that. It's either that or this look. I don't mind the sweater over the dress shirt. That's a solid look. But I kind of am digging the floral vibes. I think I might go floral for this. So there's Mr. Juice for our series. We've got coaching contracts on because, I mean, we could start from the bottom and get better jobs, I guess. New job offers is on. This could be treated as like a Journeyman type of series, you could say. Coach firing is going to be on, I think. Starting team, any team I choose, only teams that offer me a job. You know what? Let's make it interesting. Let's go only teams that offer me a job. I have no idea what that's going to be, but let's do that. I think I might pivot this into a Journeyman style series, and we'll go from there. My coaching style is going to be up tempo. The starting roster file is obviously the one that we have loaded in, so Let's go with. Actually, let me make sure that I have it. Okay, so let me make sure that this roster is loaded in. Okay, so there we go. Now it should be the right roster. And the available teams that are offering me jobs, there's a good amount of teams in here. There's actually some pretty high profile names. A ranked team is offering me a job. Interesting. Very, very interesting. We could go to a team like LSU, try to battle in the. Okay, that's not right. Where's my custom roster? Let me see if I can get the roster right. Did it get named? View roster. There it is. Okay, so I picked the wrong one on accident. Okay, so now the rosters are named. Good thing I checked that before we started the series. There's a couple decent named teams in here. We could go with like a Cincinnati type. They have Lance Stevenson. That could be a freshman Lance Stevenson, 76 overall. Might not be a bad first place to start. Deontay Vaughn, I'm familiar with him. I wouldn't hate starting our career at Cincinnati. That might not be a bad idea. DePaul is always a nice team to go with. We could go to Hawaii. We go to Harvard. LSU. Who's LSU? Oops, never mind. That's okay. Press the wrong button. Now I gotta go all the way back. Ah, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I pressed the wrong button and I have to go all the way back. Okay. let me get back there. Dynasty mode, new dynasty. All right, okay, so let's save Mr. Juice. That's good. So we'll go with that. All this is on any team I choose. Only teams that offer me a job. Half court. We're gonna go up tempo. We're gonna make sure that we have the right roster loaded in. If I could get up tempo to save. There we go. Up tempo is saved. Okay, so now I'm gonna try not to hit the wrong button this time. And I want to take a look at LSU's roster is what I wanted to do before clicking into it. So view roster. They've got Garrett Green. They've got Tasmin Mitchell, Bo Spencer. I'm not really familiar with this LSU roster. I don't think they had a great team back then, which is probably why they're offering me a contract. Who else is even here? I mean, you got Washington, a ranked team in Washington. Quincy Pondexter is on this roster. You got Isaiah Thomas on this roster. This Justin Holiday, this Washington squad would not be a bad option to start with, but I feel like that's a little bit too crazy. I mean, starting with Isaiah Thomas and Quincy Pondexter feels like a little bit too crazy for our first job. So I feel like we got to lower our expectations a little bit. I do kind of like the Cincinnati job. It's got a low challenge level. The team prestige is 5 stars. The school pride is 4 stars. We'd be in the Big East, so we'd be playing against big top 10 top teams in basketball. I don't mind the Cincinnati, and we'd have a star player in Lance Stevenson to work with. I don't mind that at all. I don't see any other teams that are super interesting to me. I mean, who's on this Iowa squad right now? Nobody that I'm super familiar with. Let's see. I'm not gonna do Washington. That feels a little too crazy, especially because they are ranked. Wichita State could be fun. They're always a fun team to use in one of these, but I just can't get over the Cincinnati one. I think I'm gonna go to Cincinnati for our first run. So this is gonna be. I'm just gonna make it the longest you can make it. So it looks like it's 30 years. We're just gonna make it. We're probably not gonna go 30 years, but I'll just make it the longest. Simulation injuries are fine. Injury frequencies on normal. Underclassmen can go pro is on. Allow player transfers on. Now you got to remember this is back in 2009, 2010, so the transfer portal is not a thing. First season schedule is going to be the exact one, whatever they give us. Allow schedule customization is on, and then the ESPN NCAA Gamecast options are going to be slow, normal, fast. I'm going to go normal. I think slow means you get to watch it, right? I don't remember. You know what? Let's go fast. Let's make it fast. I don't know if we can change that later on, but we'll go fast. 10-minute quarters. Do I want 10-minute quarters? It's on varsity right now just as a default. I'm not super comfortable with this game right now, so I may just keep it on varsity. If we get too good, I may move it up, obviously. But I don't really remember how to play the game. I haven't played it for a minute. Everything's going to be on normal for now, just on the base settings. Visual settings, the broadcast camera. I don't think I want the broadcast camera. I may need to work this out when we get into a game, actually. Definitely don't want sideline or skybox. Floor might be the best one. Let's go with floor for now. We obviously can change it if we need to. I would assume we can change it. And then I'm going to turn the music down a little bit just so it's not blaring in your guys' ears. Commentary is going to get dropped down. This is going to get dropped down. Basically, everything's going to get dropped down to around 10. The crowd will keep it 12, but the EA Tracks volume is going to get dropped to like 6 or 5 or something like that. Yeah, so how do we want the only thing I have left to do is figure out the half length. Do we want 10-minute halves? Because that's a 20-minute game. I may want like maybe a 7 or 8 minute game. Let's do 7 minute. I'm sure we can change that if we need to. But we'll start with 7 minute quarters. That gives us a 14-minute total game, which is totally fine by me. And we will begin our dynasty. Did I just take a screenshot? I think I just took a screenshot on accident. Anyway. Oh, we get an invitation to the NIT tournament. Or the NIC, not the NIT tournament, the NIT tip-off season tournament in Empire State Arena in New York. We will be honored to have Cincinnati Bearcats participate in this year's tournament. Will you accept? Yes, we will. We will accept. So last year they went 13 and 19. We want to do better than that. Okay. So in the Big East, it is a lot of teams you're familiar with, obviously. Seton Hall, St. John's, Marquette, Notre Dame's in here. West Virginia, Syracuse, Louisville, Georgetown, UConn, Villanova. I mean, we really couldn't have asked for a more difficult conference to join than the Big East, which is kind of why Cincinnati was offering us the job in the first place. So I do not mind this whatsoever. It's going to be a tough competition. My team preview, we know who we got on the roster with Lance Stevenson. He's a 76 overall freshman. Very excited about that. The overall ratings are pretty good. Our conference prediction is 13th. We have 2 scholarships, 148 points in the budget. Our pipeline states are Indiana, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. We don't have any needs right now, which is good. Our team roster, we already kind of looked at it. We got Lance Stevenson. We're probably going to have to put a lot of the offense through Lance Stevenson. And Deontay Vaughn, I'm not very familiar, but I am familiar with Deontay Vaughn. I remember his name. That name sounds vaguely familiar. I got a little bit worried. My heart jumped a little bit when I saw this name. If you know, you know. Eddie Tyree, Ibrahima Thomas, Jason Parker, Darnell Wilkes, Sean Kilpatrick. That name also sounds familiar, but maybe for a different thing. Deion Dixon, Larry Davis, Rashad Bishop. Okay, so we're familiar with the team. Who's our best three-point shooter? Who's our best three-point shooter? Looks like Vaughn has an 82 three-point, and it looks like he might be the best one to do that. All right, okay. We can work with that. We can work with that. We're not going to cut. We can redshirt people, I guess, which might be something we need to do. We've got a couple of really bad players. This Jason Parker guy probably needs to take a red shirt. We have Alex Eppenstein here, who's another guard, 2 guards, so we can work with him. But we'll redshirt Jason Parker. Maybe he can get a little bit better because he's not very good right now. We probably need to redshirt Ibrahima Thomas, although he's a junior. You know what? No. We're not going to redshirt him. He's a junior. We can just recruit better centers, hopefully. We've got Eddie Tyree. We've got Alex Eppenstein. We probably need to maybe redshirt Kilpatrick. We probably need to redshirt somebody else. We have too many guards on this roster. So I think Eddie Tyree maybe needs to get redshirted, and probably Sean Kilpatrick. Let's redshirt Sean Kilpatrick, and we will redshirt Eddie Tyree. I know he's a junior, but we just have too many guards on the roster. They're not going to play, so we probably should just cut Ibrahima Thomas, I think, because he's not great, and he's a junior. He's not going to get any better. So let's just cut him from the team. We'll just get him off the roster. We already have a backup 2-man, so we don't, or a backup 5-man, so we don't need to worry about that. That should be everybody that we need to do there. Customize the schedule. I think I'm going to keep everything here, just to keep it the exact same as how they have it loaded up. We got some big games though. You got to play UConn late in the season. Got to play Villanova late in the season. Another UConn game late in the year. It's going to be pretty difficult. We're probably not going to do that well this year. I wouldn't think. Preseason training, I'm going to focus definitely on some conditioning. I definitely want to get our guys pretty fast. Shooting's definitely going to have to be up there. Offense and defense is going to be pretty much even. Shooting, I want at 30%. Conditioning, I want 25%. Offense, I want at 25%. I think that's going to how we're going to divvy out that. We also have front court training, so we need some shooting on the front court, a little bit of defense on the front court, a little bit of conditioning on the front court. Offense gets up, so we have 20% remaining. Let's put 5 into shooting, 5 into defense. Player focus, we want to focus on the starters, obviously, mostly. I may go 50-50 on this, actually. I may go 50-50 starters, reserves. And then that is it. So that's all of our training done. I'm going to accept that. Yes, we'll accept that. And recruiting central. Here we go. So we have 3 players currently from Ohio. We're looking at our pipeline states right now. Let's see. Position breakdown. We need a center and we need a center. We have 2 scholarship offers, so we got to find a big man. Recruiting challenge. What's this? Oh, so coach, here are the objectives I'm recommending for this year. Remember, you have the final call on all recruiting moves. That's pretty good. So sign from Ohio, sign a B defensive rated recruit, sign a B athletic rated recruit, and sign a B rebounding rate. So basically, just sign a big man is what they're asking for from Ohio. I think we can do that. The recruiting database, we're probably not going to be able to get anybody that's super, super good right now. There is a 2 guard. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. There's a 5-star 2 guard, Theo Donaldson, who is actually interested. So I'm going to target him, but then we need to go after a big man. So we need to go from a pipeline state, and we need to go big man. So there's 1-star big man. That's not great. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a ton of really good centers in this class, at least not from the pipeline states. The ESPN top 100 big men. Are there any that are interested? There's no that are interested. None of them that are interested at all in the ESPN 100. That's, I guess, good to know. Man, there's 1 center. And he's a 1-star center. He cannot be that good. But he's from Ohio. Only having 2 scholarships is a little bit brutal, I will say. Maybe we try to get like a Bill Dennison guy. He's 6'8". See if we try to get him. Those are going to be the 2 guys that we target this year. Because I can't really target more guys, can I? I don't think I can, at least. Or maybe we make decisions on different guys. If we go for like a David Vanelli, we'll put him on like a target list or something. Because these guys are all pretty high, so on our interest. Cameron Roach is a nice power forward at high. There's a center. Here's the Kevin Erickson guy. But we're just not interested. I don't think he's going to be that good, so not really looking at him. We'll put a couple of these guys on the board. Actually, you know what? I'll just put all the guys that have high interest on us on our board, just so we can just keep an eye on them, see how they do, all that kind of stuff. Now, we don't obviously have to sign them if we only have 2 scholarships, but we'll keep some of those guys on the board and see what happens. There actually is a couple of 5-stars that are very low interest. Maybe we can get in on one of them. If we go to the ESPN 100, who's got the best offense? Donaldson's actually right up there. There's only a couple of guys with really good offense. This guy, Leon Howard's is a really good mix. I might put him on the board just to kind of see where that plays out. He's a point guard as well. I think that's going to be all of the guys that we go after. Especially, I don't want to get too crazy, especially because we have just 2 scholarships. That may change. Maybe we free up a scholarship here and there at the end of the season, but for right now we only have 2, and we have to bring in a big man, or we have to bring in somebody from Ohio. And I'm liking this Bill Dennison guy, but we'll definitely have to get in on him. So I think that's where we're going to go. Note that your athletic director will have additional recruits he would like you to evaluate. Are you ready to continue? Yes, I'm ready to continue. Okay, that is pretty good. And I think we can start the season now. We did the preview. We did the team preview, the roster. We got the red shirts out everywhere, cut the player, schedule, preseason trading. Let's do it. Start the season. Are you sure you want to start the regular season? Note that you will be not able to return to this menu once the regular season begun. I am ready. Welcome to the start of the NCAA season. All NCAA teams and players are now participating in training camp. And we have to save our dynasty. I will call it, I'll call it Journeyman, since that's kind of what it is now. So, Journeyman with a little bit of YT on the end of it, so I am familiar with it. Okay, so look at the home screen. Look at this UI we got going on here. 2K could never. So we got toughest places to play. We got top 25 polls, player of the year, conference standings, bracketology, recruiting central, and then back to the toughest place to play. I want to see what the players of the year is looking like. Okay. I thought that maybe it'll give us like a preseason thing. We can see the top 25. So Kansas is number 1, Michigan State, Texas, Nova, North Carolina, Purdue, Kentucky, Cal, Duke, Tennessee, Butler, West Virginia, Georgia Tech, Minnesota, Syracuse, Ohio State, Oklahoma, UConn, Dayton, Maryland, Oklahoma State, Michigan, Washington, Georgetown, Illinois. That is your top 25 for the media poll, which is really the only one that matters. The coach poll does not matter. Our first game is against St. Mary's. If we go to this menu, we can see all the different things. So we can see the calendar and all that kind of stuff. So we got St. Mary's in the NIT preseason tournament. And if we win that game, we obviously move on and keep going. The schedule looks pretty full. It looks pretty full. But obviously we want to be playing basketball in March. So we'll see if we can get there. If we go to here, we got tournament brackets, preseason tournament brackets. So this is the season tip-off. Yep. Here's everybody that's in there. UMBC versus Bell, which I'm not familiar with what the abbreviation for that would be. Nobody's coming to mind. Baylor and Arkansas, Air Force and Portland, I'm guessing. Ooey Pooey versus, that could be a lot of, is that Wichita State? Could be a couple different. Washington State, I'm not sure which one that would be. Nevada. Okay, so there's some decent names in here. But we are also in there. We're a 4 seed. Pretty good. Pretty good. But school information, school overview. The arena history, our Fifth Third Arena, named for the Fifth Third Bank. Fifth Third Arena is home to the University of Cincinnati Bearcats. Opened in 1989. The multi-purpose arena seats over 13,100 fans. The court was upgraded in a major renovation in 2003. Well, there you go. What do they have the Buckeyes at? Are they at the St. John's or at the Shot? I don't know when the Shot opened up. I would assume it's been around by now. What do they have it at? Value City Arena. Value City Arena is at the Jerome Schottenstein Center, so it is at the Shot. I thought it would be at the Shot. I wasn't 100% sure when it opened up, but it opened up in 1998. So get rid of the Shot. Boo. Just kidding. Go back to St. John's. School Pride. Ooh, I forgot about this. So we can go through and upgrade our facilities. We can get our weight room up through different things. We got alumni challenges, fan support, street names. We can change the street. So if we have a player that like has a Hall of Fame career, we can name a street after them. That's pretty sick. I like that. Or we can just name a street after us. Team statistics. This is obviously nothing here because we haven't done anything just yet, but we can keep a track of that. And then the yearbooks, you must complete 1 year of Dynasty before you can access the yearbook. Okay, so after first year, we'll take a look at that. But it's just so in-depth with like the different stats you can keep. And obviously we can see the report card and everything for our winning percentage and our career. Like, look at all this stuff, man. Our goal for the season is to win the conference title, win the NCAA tournament or the NIT tournament, and maintain prestige rating. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Winning the Big East is not an easy task. Win the NCAA tournament is also not a big task. But remember, this is a journeyman. We're starting in Cincinnati. If we get fired, we got to pick up a new job somewhere. So we'll figure out what happens. Position breakdown, team style selection, coach statistics. Oh, that's just our records here. Player progression. So from training, we get to see that Lance Stevenson gets a +1 to his overall. Vaughn gets a +1 to his overall. Okay, so anybody like take a massive jump, +3 for Sean Kilpatrick, but he is redshirting this year. We'll have to keep that in mind. I think some of our guys that are freshmen are going to be pretty good next year. I mean, Eppenstein's already up to a 70. We've got Gates, who's a 76. He's a sophomore. So if he has a good season this year, who knows what happens. And obviously Stevenson's just a freshman, so that'll help out. And then our big-time point guard, Kashmir Wright, is a 69 now. Nice, but he's also a freshman, so we got some promise. We got the message center. Oh, we got some messages from the AD. What's the athletic director got? So a new alumni challenge. The home opener sets the tone for the entire season, coach. Win this game, and the Alumni Association will reward you with a facility upgrade. So that's how we get those facility upgrades that I was showing you just recently. Recruiting 101. Coach, here's a refresher on how to interact with recruits. First, use the L1 button and R1 button to navigate to the scout. Pitch and contact sections of the recruit card to perform actions. Next, be mindful of the costs of recruiting. Recruiting players from your pipeline states is considerably less expensive. Finally, note that many recruiting actions have prerequisites, and some actions you can do more than once. Be sure to check Recruiting Central in your email for all the latest updates on your recruiting. Thank you, AD. And then, welcome to this. I probably should have read this first. Welcome to the Cincinnati men's basketball program. Our school and alumni are excited to have you on board, and we expect great things from you and your staff. Please remember to check the message center frequently. The message center will alert you of all the happenings on our team and also keep you posted on other important news and developments in college basketball. Good luck, coach. Thank you, athletic director. I appreciate that. But we don't have any other messages from any other people, so we are good there. I do want to take one more look at the people around the. Can I just see like other schools? Roster management. Here we go. Manage roster. Let's just take a little peek around college basketball in this era, so you can get a feel for some of the best teams in basketball and some of the best players in basketball. So if we go to a team like Wisconsin, where are they at? Did I pass them? There they are. You got John Lure, who you should be familiar with. He is a center from the Pistons, I think. But he's here on Wisconsin. Do they have anybody else that I recognize? They got Russell Wilson. No. What about some other teams? I mean, we could just find like Duke or something. Let's go and look at Villanova. Anybody here? Scotty Reynolds sounds familiar. Dominic Cheek. What about some other big time teams? Texas has got Dexter Pittman. Avery Bradley's there. Avery Bradley. All right. They're a top 25 team. Where are the big name teams? I guess I went the wrong way to find the big name teams because those guys are at the beginning of the alphabet, but I thought it would give me all teams or all players, I guess, more so than this. Here's Ohio State's team though. Love this team. Evan Turner, John Diebler, William Buford, David Lighty, Dallas Lauderdale. Oh my God, this team's good. This team is fun. I liked watching this team. Who else we got? Who else do we have on these rosters? If we get up to, oh, maybe Louisville's got somebody of note. No, not really. Oh, Peyton Siva. I remember him. Here we go. Now we got Kentucky. DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Patterson. You got Darius Miller, Eric Bledsoe, John Wall. Teach me how to Dougie. So, I mean, you got some studs on this roster, obviously. We know. Kansas got Cole Aldrich, Marcus Morris, Xavier Henry, Tyshawn Taylor, Sharon Collins, Markeith Morris. The Morris twins are here. Thomas Robinson. Very familiar with the Jackson or with the Kansas and Kentucky rosters. But if we get all the way to Duke, oh, maybe we should check out like Georgia, Gonzaga. Maybe Gonzaga got anybody? Robert Sacre, former Laker, I think. Pretty sure he's a Laker. What about Florida? Flo Rida. They got Chandler Parsons. And nobody that I recognize. What about the Big Duke? Here we go. Miles Plumlee, Lance Thomas, Kyle Singler, Nolan Smith, John Shire, Andre Dawkins. So like I said, there's no. We got Mason Plumlee and Seth Curry though, but no Kyrie because it's the year before Kyrie shows up. So no Kyrie, but still a good team. What about Dayton? What Dayton got? They got anybody of note? Yeah. Creighton. I thought it was Kyle Korver. I was gonna say, why is Kyle Korver here? It's Caleb Korver. UConn. Anybody big time? Kemba Walker is right there. There's gonna be some big time names playing well in this sim, I would assume. That is what I would guess. So that kind of gives you a feel for what era of college basketball we are in right now. All right, so let's start by taking a look at we're not going to have any games in this episode. This is kind of just a getting a feel for the game again type of thing. Next episode, we will do some actual gameplay and stuff like that. But is there anything else we need to do? I think the last thing we need to do is look at recruiting and seeing if anything has changed. So recruiting for the short list. So these are the guys that we have added to our board. If we sort by our very high interest guys. So this Theo Donaldson guy, we cannot pass up on. We cannot afford to lose this guy. We have to have him on the roster. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we need to do it. So we'll keep him. We got 148 points remaining. We can go in on him, and I don't think we can do anything just yet. We can do an internet research, or we can watch a game. That costs 35. Let's do a little bit of internet research on him. Just kind of figure out what schools the recruiter's leaning towards, all that kind of stuff, and maybe watch a game because he is a 5-star. I would like to know he's the number 2 player in the country, the national rank. So we gotta spend some points on him. We can't do any of this just yet. We can offer. You know what? Let's not watch a game. Let's not personally attend a game just yet. But what we can do is send like a package or something, like a little care package, and send a little letter of interest and do the email over the recruit. That way we'll show them, yeah, we're interested. We are interested. Anybody else? This David Vanelli guy, I'm kind of interested in. Where was that other guy that I was kind of interested in? Here he is, Bill Dennison. He's not interested in us at all, but that doesn't mean we can't get in there. If we do a little bit of if I could speak, internet research, and then offer all that stuff to him, maybe that'll boost up our interest for him a little bit. Who knows? But as for the rest of the guys that are actually we need to go for, we do need to remember we can't forget about a guy from Ohio. It's the stupid Kevin Erickson guy. I do not want him though. He's a 1-star. I don't think he's worth it. Although if we get Bill Dennison, it fills out our objective, at least a part of it. So we'll keep an eye on Bill Dennison. I kind of want to go after a point guard of some sorts. So we've got Cameron Roach, who has high interest in us. I know he's a power forward, but we might be able to get in. So let's offer him, and then it's just the same stuff here. We got 115 hours. We can afford to use it. Plus, Pipeline States, they don't cost as much, so that definitely helps out. Maybe a little David Vanelli. He's also interested in us. So we just keep offering that kind of stuff. Is there any kind of like freaky guys? Like this guy's 6'1". He's not that big of a guard. None of the guards are really that big. And none of the centers are really that big either. I mean, Erickson's 6'9". He's trash, but he's 6'9". You got a 6'11" Steve Soto. Okay. Do I want to spend any hours on Steve Soto? Probably not. I probably just want to stay with I think the smartest thing would be just to stay with the highest rated guys. Or the highest interest guys, I should say. Doug Butts is a legendary name, by the way. Dougie Butts? I mean, are you kidding me? Definitely want to get Dougie Butts up in here. Bob Malloy. Start recruiting him a little bit. Gary Robertson. I mean, some of these guys we could move to like 3, like a little forward position or something if they're big enough. Like he's 6'6". He can play a little small forward if he has to. James Burton is interested in us. Not sure if I should be spending all of my points right now or not, but I'm going to just because. Down to 34 points remaining. We got Gary Banks. I mean, talk about the legendary calls, if I could say. Gary Banks it in. And we got 18 hours remaining. We should probably spend that on Anthony Hooper, because he's a hooper. And now we have 2 hours, or points remaining. Let's put that on to... Let's put it on to Kevin Erickson. We'll put it on to Big Kev. All right, so those are the guys that we are targeting. We'll see how that goes. We have no more points remaining, and I think that is going to be how we end today's episode. Like I said, it was just going to be this episode was just about trying to figure out everything and seeing what's going down. Basically, next episode we will start with the NIT tournaments. Depending on how far we go in that, we may do the whole episode in the NIT tournament. I'm not sure how long I want to do each season. I kind of want I kind of want to go through them fast, but I also don't want to go through too fast. I kind of want to like stay in and learn about these guys a little bit more, but also maybe go through a little bit quicker so that we could, I don't know, get through more seasons. I'm not sure. I don't know how I want to do it just yet, but we'll figure it out. We will play the NIT tournament and see how long that goes in the next episode. But I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comments if you're excited about the new college basketball series as we get closer to March Madness. I thought, why not why not, as college basketball starting to heat up into its biggest, most important moments, why not pop on a little college basketball series? So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel for the more, join the Juice Club, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.